Hello, in this tutorial I would like to show you how to use the new attachment functions in our latest release. You get the best results in combination with telescopic crowns, and compared to older version it's not needed anymore to choose the attachments in the Dental DB. As usual, we start with the margin line detection. For a better fit, I choose a unique insertion direction for the connected crowns. In my workaround, I will place the anatomical teeth as they should look as the reduced teeth. To get a better and faster result, I choose the smoothed library. I place the teeth now as the reduced construction should look like. In the freeform wizard, I finish now the reduced construction before I start the telescopic crowns. In the next step, we choose the insertion direction for the telescopic parts and for the attachments. Now we define the rooted part of the crowns. First, I always do the borders. Generally, I use the gingiva information to choose the height of the borders. The place where I want to put the attachment, I try to create a flat area which will be orthogonal to the attachment. On the buccal side of the crowns, I design a ridge for the ceramic. Now I design the approximal area of both crowns. Don't be scared to create a contact between the crowns. And again the stop for the ceramic on the buccal side. With the upper curve you can now create an occlusal ridge to have a smoother transition between ceramic and metal. For the telescope walls you have three different options: anatomical, conical and parallel. You can switch between them by clicking on the icons that are situated inside the curves. Choosing the parallel option between the upper curves will create a tapered shape, which one is perfect for the transition between metal and ceramic. With the upper curve you can now orbit the area where you want to place the interlock later. It's a little bit tricky because the more points you have, the more difficult it gets. Try to avoid to have too much point on your restoration. A transparent view can help us to find the center of the place where we want to put the interlock attachment later. I also consider the minimum thickness of the crowns to find this place for the attachment. Don't be scared to create a contact between both. The trick of my workaround is that you already defined the reduced parts with the anatomical teeth. Now you just have to click on the wall icons to switch to the anatomical option. And that just in the areas where you want the crown to look like a reduced restoration. If unwished things happen or strange shapes appear, just undo and choose another place. Most of the time on the occlusal part you don't even need to adapt it to the anatomical shape. Most important is the buccal side of the crown. The aim of my workaround is to avoid to do too much freeform because it's very time consuming and I always try to avoid as much as I can. The remove option in the freeform can help now to accent the borders for the ceramic. Now I do the design of the connector. Freeforming on the merge part allows us now to smoothen also the parallel parts of the telescopic crowns and to delete unwished material on the reduced part of the crowns. Now we choose one of the attachments in our library. You can scale it in the height, you can move it, it automatically stays in the insertion direction, but you could also choose another direction. Now we choose or we design the part to create the interlock by clicking on the remove button in the wizard, which will remove material instead of adding an attachment. I choose to design the profile myself to create a roundness on the lower scope of the attachment, and that gives you complete freedom on the design of your attachment. Now I recognize that I placed the connector between the crowns too much towards the lingual side. This will stake a little bit the parallel parts of my crowns in the region of the interlock, but we learn from mistakes, so don't put the connector too much towards the lingual side when you try the same. I check if there are intersections between my attachment part and the minimum thickness of the crowns. Then on the distal side we choose a smaller one, just 1 millimeter. Also we can check here the minimum thickness. We are almost done. Let's do just some small intricacies in the last freeform step. Thank you for your time.